Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel of Astrologer Anil Aggarwal. Today we will be talking about the ingress of Mars in Pisces and then Aries and then back to Pisces from the 18th June 2020 to 24th December 2020. 24th December 2020 after it is in Pisces, when it falls back in Pisces, it goes back in Aries on the 24th of December. As a matter of fact, Mars will be in the sign Pisces from 18th June to 16th August, and then on when it is in Aries on the 9th of September, it will go in retrogression, and on the 4th of August, 4th of October, it will fall back in Pisces and it will remain in Pisces till 24th of December 2020. So we all know Mars is a very volatile planet, and I need not explain about it. I've written in all my websites. This transit of Mars in the sign Pisces to Aries is going to be most venomous one, and it's going to be very turbulent things happening in the globe. Especially Mars is just changing sign just before the solar eclipse, solar annular eclipse, which is taking place on the 21st of June. And the good part is, as I've already explained, it is taking place on Sunday, and the luminaries are ahead of the nodes. But the nodes, since they are close to the luminaries, they go in adverse motion and they create hell. So, by and large, the luminaries getting out of the grip of the nodes is a very big parameter. It may give some solace to the complete world. But my dear friends, till Ketu is there in the Moola Nakshatra, it may not give us substantial relief as far as the coronavirus is concerned. And even after Ketu ingressing from Moola Nakshatra to Jyestha Nakshatra is also a dreaded Nakshatra, and it is Tikshna and Drona, and a most ferocious Nakshatra. And the sign Scorpio is also dreaded sign for the cancer disease and lingering diseases. So, friends, I'm not talking about that, but really what I'm talking about is Mars, because Mars is behind Sun, and the time when it is ingressing in Pisces, it will aspect Sun in very close degrees. So let us, I've written an article, Red Planet Mars, Transit Pisces, Aries, 18 June, 24 December, most turbulent time for the globe. So friends, I will just read it out for you. In all my articles and videos, I've been mentioning that the transit of Mars in the sign Pisces is going to be most turbulent between 18 June to, first of all, 18 June to 16th August, and then from the 4th October to 24th December. Because in this state, from 4th October to 24th December, it will be in a fallen state. And fallen state, the planet becomes most malefic. The most unfortunate part at, is that after the 30th June, the dispositor of Mars, Jupiter, will also be in a fallen state in the sign Sagittarius, where the Ketu is placed and where the eclipse of the solar eclipse took place on the 26th December 2019. Now, that means the Mars will be very much influenced because it is in the sign of Jupiter, and Jupiter will be first in Capricorn, then it goes in Sagittarius. So the three signs will be most important during this transit, and that is the Capricorn sign, where Mars exalts, the, the Sagittarius sign, where the dispositor is going to the Capricorn sign, then the Sagittarius sign, and where it is placed in Pisces. So friends, because it is behind Sun, so there will be a lot of rains and floods, because it is going to fall back in Pisces, so it is not good, and it will be in Gandanta also. Red planet Mars will transit in the sign owned by Jupiter on the 18th June 2020 at 20:15 hours. No, I made a chart out of it. What time, what happens, what are the possibilities that the planet may give. Here is the chart which is of Sagittarius Lagna. Sagittarius Lagna, Ketu in the Lagna, as I am taking IST time. So this is the 8th house which is rising as far as the India is concerned. It is not good. But I'm going to talk about it here. What is going to happen globally? Mainly main countries: India, US, China, Japan, and that's about all. And maybe other countries like Philippines, Indonesia, Pakistan, Bangladesh. Little things about them. So, friends, after looking at the chart, the planets, some planets are very close in close degrees. The day is Thursday. Again, the day is Thursday, and the Lord is Jupiter. At the time of whatever is happening, the day Lord should be strong. The day Lord is not strong. It is Thursday. The Lord Jupiter is retrograde, and it is in debilitation. So Jupiter gets afflicted when it is in retrogression, when it is in debilitation. So this is not good, and then it is going to fall, and then it will be retrograde also. So Jupiter's signification will suffer a lot, and Jupiter is wealth. Jupiter is divine blessing. Jupiter is expansion. So there may not be expansion in business, during this time. I've been talking about it, that till Jupiter crosses 10 degrees in Capricorn, there will be no expansion in business, because Jupiter will be Nigdagrashkon. It is just like confinement. It is just like, confinement and imprisonment. We all are imprisoned. We all are confined. We cannot move as per our wishes. So friends, I am talking about the time when Mars is transiting in the sign Pisces. The Mars is placed in the Yama of Virgo. The Lord is Mercury, placed in the sign of Gemini, where the annular solar eclipse of the 21st is taking place. Have a look at the degrees of the planets: Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Sun, Moon, Rahu. Mars aspect Rahu, Sun in very close degrees. Mars is 0 degrees and Sun is 3 degrees, and Rahu is 5 degrees. And Sun is at the mouth of Rahu. It is not good. So clearly means that this transit of Mars is not going to be very good. But after the eclipse, maybe then there is some solace. But as far as the transit is concerned, it is not good. The Sun at the mouth of Rahu, who is 5 degrees, and Sun is 3 degrees. Then Mars reaching the midpoint of the nodes, it will be a midpoint, 180 degrees Rahu and Ketu, and then it comes in the midpoint, Mars reaching the midpoint of the nodes, and square aspect on Rahu and Sun is most enigmatic parameter. There is a Israf Yog between Moon and Jupiter. There is also a Sal between Mars and Jupiter and Saturn and Saturn are retrograde. There is a Israf Yog between Mars and Moon. So friends, there is a third aspect of Saturn on Mars, and Mars is aspecting Rahu, and this aspect of 6 degrees of Saturn on Mars and Mars on Rahu is going to be venomous. It is not good. It is not good, especially on the luminaries. 6 degrees Saturn aspecting Mars, and Mars 6 degree aspecting the Sun and Moon. So the eclipse point, as a matter of fact, and the day is benefit, but the Lord is in afflicted condition. Jupiter, the nakshatra is at the time of ingress is Kritika. The day and the day Lord and the nakshatra are friends, but they are very good friends. They form a Raj Yog, Sanrakshan Yog, but they are what we call 6-year axis. So friends, there is something we are losing also. There will be degree aspect of Mars on the Rahu on the 26th. North node will be in adverse motion from the 20th June to 5th July. This time period is the most crucial time period, irrespective that the luminaries will cross the nodes. This time period is most crucial for the world. There will be degree aspect, as I mentioned. The North Node will be in adverse motion from the 20th June to 5th July. You can see the chart. Then The eclipse point of the solar on the 21st June is 6 degrees, will be activated by Mars between on the 28th June. In the Rashi Sangata Chakar, Rahu gives Veda to Sun, Moon, Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter. This is not good. See, when there is an aspect on Rahu and there are also Veda from Rahu, then it is not good. So the Mars is not giving any Veda. That is the uh, benefic point here. But all the same, Rahu is definitely giving Veda to the other planets. So definitely, and Mars is giving aspect to these planets. So definitely, in the both the aspect and the Rashi Sangata Chakra, these planets are afflicted. Mercury goes in retrogression the same day as the Mars joins the sign Pisces, and there is an aspect on Mercury. Mercury stays in a sign Pisces from the 18th June. Mars stays in the sign Pisces from 18th June to 16th August, most turbulent for the global events in the water sign. The 30th June, the dispositor of Mars will be fallen and it will join Ketu on the 29th and on the 29th June, Jupiter and Pluto will be degree conjunct. Till Mars in Pisces, Jupiter, the dispositor, will retrograde and will be fallen. So I'm just mentioning the parameters and then I will tell you what will be the results of all this. Mars will be in Gandanta between 15th August to 19th August. These time frames are very important. The basic idea of writing all this is these time frames are most important. Mars will go in retrogression on the 9th September 2020 at 4 degrees and will be in stationary motion for 3 days before and 3 days after the retrogression. Most malefic time frame for the global events. Mars will be in the sign Aries from 16th August to 4th October and on this date it will fall back in the sign Pisces till 24th December 2020. This time frame will be most malefic, the time frame for the complete world. Since the dispositor of Mars, Jupiter will also be in a fallen state till 20th November 2020 and the dispositor will then be in debilitation. The eclipse taking place in the 1/7 axis of Sun, Moon and the ascendant and the dasha of a planet who has the capacity to bring a downfall for the country or the individual. What could happen as per research by Shri K. N. Rao is that there will be fall in the nation of when Mars activates the eclipse point. So hence in the present scenario, the Mars transit in the sign Pisces will be most turbulent from the 18th June to 5th July because I'm also taking the Rahu because who gets in the aspect and who goes in adverse motion. So Rahu will give the net result and Rahu will be with Mercury and Mercury will also go in retrogression on the same day. So the results will become extremely volatile. Maybe it is the stock market, maybe it is the weather, maybe it is the communication, maybe it is the travel, maybe it is the psychology of the people, and then earthquakes. Mercury is significant for earthquakes, weather, turbulent weather. So Jupiter fallen for 143 days from the 30th June to 20th November, most prone to signification of Jupiter taking ugly turn. Mars fallen for 81 days from 4th October to 24th December, most venomous, and the signification of Mars will be seen. The global economy may go for a toss, as can be seen from the planetary positions, and especially due to fallen Jupiter and fallen Mars. Unexpected scams would be exposed. This because Jupiter is also Karka for wealth. So there may be some scams also which may be unearthed. Now talking about India, I've already talked about India. India is running the Dasha of Moon Saturn forming a Vish Yoga and a Panarfi Yoga and the Dasha most enigmatic one from the 31st May to 5th July. of Moon, Saturn, Ketu. And because Ketu is there, Ketu is disease karka, so there is probability that the number of cases of virus, of coronavirus may increase, may surge till the 5th of July. Definitely they will increase because Ketu is not placed well in the Rudramsha chart. And I have been telling that at the time of partition, the Dasha was Saturn, Saturn, Ketu, and we had bloodshed. So although the period here is very small, it is 35 days, it may not be that turbulent as what we saw at the time of partition, but it is definitely turbulent. Ketu is in the 7th house. It is also house of wars. It's house of foreign connections, and Ketu place there is not good. It creates confusions. It is uh, a suddenness and terrorism. 7th house is also terrorism, espionage, because the eclipse would take place in India as far as India is concerned on Mars, which is placed in the 2nd house at 7 degrees, and the eclipse is taking place at 6 degrees. So friends, the China could be instrumental in this. China, Pakistan, or terrorism. Even if there is no Indo-China war is not there, but there will definitely be a terrorism. It is indicating terrorism definitely because it is taking place over the Mars, and Mars is the 7th lord and the 12th lord. There will definitely be a espionage in the country. It may be by China, it may be by Pakistan, it may be by the Islamic group, the terrorist Islamic group. So friends, it's very difficult to say because we have to see the chart of these Islamic groups also. It's very difficult to see all that, but by the just seeing that the eclipse is falling on Mars and the dasha is also enigmatic, definitely they are going to bound to be problems. As per the old charts of Narendra Modi and Arvind Kejriwal, Mars is placed in the 8th house. I've been mentioning that, and it will be activated. And in the previous time also, I had predicted, according to Narendra Modi's old chart, that the 23rd and 25th February 2020 would be most enigmatic, and Delhi would have riots. And we all experienced riots. I had even written on the Facebook that if Donald Trump knew astrology, he would not come to India. And he visited that time when there were riots in Delhi. Jupiter fallen in the 8th house from the 30th June to 20th November may be responsible for violence, terrorism, religious fundamentalism, natural and unnatural calamities, and spread of virus, as mentioned in all my articles. You see, the moment Sun and Moon get out of the grip of the nodes, it clearly shows that the life force, there will be life. The life will change. There will be, it's a time for change in the life. There's something good, but the virus may not go, especially the Ketu in the Mula, because Mula Nakshatra is the eclipse Nakshatra. And then the next Nakshatra is Jyesta, which is also not good. And this Ketu will come over the natal Ketu as far as India is concerned. So friends, this time is not going to be an easy one. Yes, although we may get some relief, but it is not an easy one. As I said, that till Ketu leaves the Jyesta Nakshatra on the 10th May 2021, there will definitely be troubles as far as from coronavirus, or it may be from any other disease. You see, because Ketu is, unpredictable and suddenness, and Ketu is disease karka. So because considering the parallel conditions at the time of Spanish flu, the coronavirus may not disappear easily. Yes, after Ketu leaves the sign Jesta, then we can say that we can experience some things better, especially when Jupiter overtakes Saturn on the 4th of April 2021. We can expect better things. Business will start coming to normal conditions, especially when Jupiter and Saturn are across 10 degrees on the 5th and 25th of January, as I've already been mentioning in all my articles. So friends, we see a tough time coming, and as far as India is concerned, the South India and the Central India will experience excessive rains, and excessive rains, floods, cyclones, earthquakes, all. Mars is the significator of all of them. You can't say how it will behave, but this is what is expected out of him. Then I have written so many articles. You can go through all those articles. I've explained, I've been writing, I've written n number of articles, and whatever new I research, I write immediately. I express myself that whatever possible things I see, whatever I want to find some positive features in it, and whatever every time I write, I see some positive, I write here. So as far as the US is concerned, the eclipse is taking place in the 11th house. As per K.N. Rao, the chart of US is Leo, because if you take the chart of Sagittarius, with other astrologers are taking Jupiter does not, Jupiter exalts in the 8th house, and such a country like America can never have a sign like Sagittarius. You see, normally all the peoples who are very well placed, they are either of Scorpio Lagna, Cancer Lagna, or Leo Lagna. Sagittarius Lagna is very difficult. Sagittarius Lagna, I don't want to name. You can see Imran Khan has Sagittarius Lagna. And what kind of politician you can imagine yourself. I don't want to say anything on him. So those people who are taking Sagittarius Lagna as for America is totally wrong. Ken Rao also says the same thing. And so the eclipse is taking place over the four planets, Sun, Jupiter, Venus, Mars, and on 18th of June, transit Mars will exactly activate the natal Mars in the chart of the US, and from the 8th house. Even Donald Trump has a Leo sign. So this transit of Mars for US is going to be very turbulent, because Mars will be in the 8th house, and it will be aspecting Saturn, when it is going to be stationary. It is going to be stationary on the 14th of November, when it is, coming back to direct motion. So 14th November, it is going to become direct at 21 degrees. At that point of time, it will be aspecting Saturn, which is the 6th and the 7th lord, and it will also be aspecting Sun, which is at 22 degrees. So friends, this 14th November is a very crucial date for US, and then this Mars is going to, as a matter of fact, aspect the Sun and Saturn three times, because it's going in retrogression. And then when first it goes in the normal motion, it will aspect Saturn and Sun. Then when it goes in retrograde motion, then it will aspect Sun and Sun. And then again when it becomes direct, it will be direct at 21 degrees. So it will aspect Saturn degree wise, 24 degrees and 22 degrees of Sun. So it is going to be very crucial for US. This parameter is going to really bring a lot of turbulence. It may be anything. It may be a civil war in the US. It may be a civil war. It may be because of the racism, and who knows, the warlike conditions. And if the brawl between China and US escalates, then there will be a navy war in the South Sea. But the probability of civil war is more, because people will be frustrated first because of coronavirus, and then this racism will take an ugly shape, and Mars crossing the Gandanta points, it going in the 9th house, aspecting the natal Rahu and Mercury, and also aspecting the transit Rahu and Mercury. So all this is not good. So it clearly shows that, and the Dasha is Rahu, which is placed in the 12th house, and the disposter is placed in the 7th house. There are chances that the country may be involved in warlike conditions. It may be a civil war, spoiling civil war within the country, or it may be from outside. So friends, this is not going to be good for the US. I've written so many articles on this. As per the foundation chart of US, the solar eclipse is taking place over the four planets in the sign Gemini, allotted to US by Varamira, and the Mars aspecting the natal Mars 0 degrees on the 18th, and could prove most explosive, since the transit Mars will be in the 8th house of the US foundation chart with Leo ascendant, and the Dasha of Rahu is prone to turbulence in the country due to the signification of the planet Mars, and as already predicted in the above articles. You see, I mentioned about 6 articles. Please go through them. The Mars activation of the eclipse point of 6 degrees between 26th and 28th may prove most enigmatic for the US, most prone to malefic happenings in the US and against Trump, as can be seen. Terrorism, violence, religious fundamentalism, racism, earthquakes, cyclones, you know you can Mars is significant to all these, so all these are possible. And especially, the Rahu over the Jupiter is not good. It is Jupiter is karka for wealth, so there is every possibility that US may also have to face recession, a big recession. According to me, US is bound to have recession with all these planetary positions, especially between 18th of June to 24th of December. I don't want to disclose the dates because people will start investing things, and if it doesn't happen, they will blame me. So, in broader spectrum, I've already mentioned between 18th June to 24th of December is a most crucial time for the US and the economy, global economy. Jupiter as the eighth lord of the US foundation chart, and Trump will fall. Jupiter as the eighth lord of the US foundation chart, and Trump will fall in the 8th house from the 10th house in transit from the 30th June to 20th November will be most turbulent time for US and Trump. Another parameter which cannot be ignored is the 21 degrees, as I've just been mentioning, and a fallen planet in the 8th house whose disposer 8th Lord Jupiter will also be fallen in the 8th house from the 10th house for both Trump and US. The parameter requires a serious dimension since stationary Mars in fallen condition will aspect the Sun at 22 degrees. A square aspect is more than anything as explained. It will also be aspecting Saturn, who is at 24 degrees, especially Saturn in retrogression and Jupiter. And 60 years back, whatever happened can be repeated, especially in the US, since Saturn in the sign Capricorn is not good for top politicians of the world. And especially, it has been seen that for US, it's whenever Jupiter and Saturn are conjunct in any sign, it is not good for US. It brings some unfortunate things. John F. Kennedy was assassinated on the 22nd November 1963 when Saturn was in Capricorn at 13 degrees, and Saturn was in Capricorn and in the 8th from the natal Sun of the US foundation chart, and just the same degrees of Sun. It was 23 degrees in transit, and it was 22 degrees is Sun in the 8th in the foundation chart is 22 degrees. Rahu over the natal Sun in very close degrees at 18, and Jupiter in Pisces, Jupiter in the 8th house. All this happened. So, and Ronald Reagan on 30th March 1981, US state's president was shot and wounded. And again, Jupiter and Saturn were in the sign Virgo, and both were retrograde, and they were in close degrees. So, friends, then when Saturn and Jupiter were in conjunction and retrograde in Aries, Abraham Lincoln assassination, then William McKinley, Saturn and Jupiter conjunction in Sagittarius on the 14th September 1901. So with all this present, what I want to point out is that the things are going to be extremely difficult for Donald Trump. There, he has to look after his security. See, I'm pointing out the idea of making this video is that it should reach him, and he should make his full arrangements as far as his security is concerned. He should not leave any stone unturned for his security, because the planetary positions are speaking crystal clear that there may be parallel conditions like the whatever happened earlier. So friends, I am This is what the assassination of Rajiv Gandhi, former Prime Minister of India, also occurred by suicide bombing, in Chennai. And when Saturn was 13 degrees in Capricorn in retrogression, and Mars and Jupiter were in the seventh house from it. So friends, even for India, it is not good because Jupiter and Saturn will get together on the 16th of December. They will be degree conjunct, and then uh, Mars will be in the sign, uh, you know, Pisces. So Saturn will aspect Mars also at that time. So Mars will be afflicted. So in most of the cases when the assassination have taken place, Saturn and Jupiter have been in conjunction, close degree, or in opposition. In present scenario, Jupiter and Saturn will be very close degrees, and at present they are very close. They are 2 degrees and 6 degrees, and Mars is going to have an aspect of Saturn, and Mars will aspect Rahu. So friends, it is something parallel, not exactly parallel, but something parallel to the earlier happenings. Mars at 21 degrees stationary, almost in all cases, as mentioned in present scenario, Saturn, Jupiter are in close degrees. Okay, and both are retrograde. And Mars aspect on Sun degree wise on the 27th July 2020 may be most crucial for Trump. So presently, 27th July. So, so, so 24th, you see, 27th July 2020 may be most crucial as far as the present scenario is concerned for Trump. Mars at 21 degrees stationary on the 14th November 2020 will aspect Saturn at 24 degrees in Virgo, the second house of the US Foundation chart, and aspect the Sun at 21 degrees from the 8th house in Pisces. At this time, Jupiter, the disposer of Mars in transit, will be in the 8th house from the 10th house as the 8th lord from the Lagna and in fallen condition. Both Mars and Jupiter will be in fallen condition. This time frame is the most dangerous and the turbulent and enigmatic time frame. Friends, I've written here. So I don't know. Uh, Americans do not believe in astrology. If they believe in astrology, they must take care of all these time frames and take care and make full security arrangement because Donald Trump also has fallen Jupiter in the second house, and which is second house is Marka. And a fallen planet in the second house, which is the eighth lord, is not good. He's also running the dasha of Jupiter Saturn. On the 16th December, Saturn and Jupiter in conjunction at 5 degrees. So all these time frames I mentioned, Trump has fallen Jupiter at 24 degrees in Virgo and has been activated by Jupiter and Saturn dual transit. See the chart of Trump below in the article. Mars in the transit will activate the 8th Lord Jupiter fallen in the second house 3 times. On the 1st August, when the eighth lord Jupiter will also be fallen in transit. A fallen planet placed in the second house is occur happenings in life and all of a sudden. Second time Mars will activate in retrogression on the 21st October. And the third time when Mars will also be in stationary is 14th November. So friends, I am giving these 3 dates. These planets when they are in retrograde motion, they work as a paintbrush. They go forward, come back, and again repaint the area. So repainting the area, there could be 3 attempts, there could be 3 times, there could be troubles. The civil war could take a very ugly shape in the third time. All the above time frames mentioned from point number 1 to 5 are prone to malefic happenings across the world and parallel situations in the past, especially ugly situations for Trump and US. The racism in the United States could take an ugly shape during the above time frames. The brawl between China and US taking ugly shape cannot be ruled out. And in such a situation, they will have navy fight across the South China Sea. This there could be civil war in the country, natural unnatural calamities, earthquakes, excessive rains, something unusual could happen in the US, as can be seen from the planetary positions. Just before the elections, or maybe after the elections, there is possibility that due to all this riots, etc., racism and everything, the, 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 the election could also be postponed. So, but in any case, Donald Trump is not going to come back position. That is for sure. So I have discussed the chart of Donald Trump. I have discussed the chart of US. Then I have already discussed the chart of India. Then coming to, you can read all the details in the chart. 24 to 26 transit Mars will be over the natal Rahu in the third house, as far as what do you call the China is concerned, and Mercury will also be at 20 degrees. So 24 to 26 July, transit Mars, it's a malefic time for China, and China is also running the dasha of Mercury. So friends, and it is the sixth lord and the ninth lord. China has a Kapat Yog, the Lagna Lord placed in the 8th house, and the 12th Lord, which is fallen, aspects it. So he is bound to plan things, so which may be exposed, when Mars is fallen and Mars aspects all the dates given, he may be exposed during this time, especially when Mars is fallen. And Jupiter is the 12th Lord, it will be fall on the Jupiter. So from 30th June to 20th November will be a time when China will also have to suffer. And the this posture of uh, Jupiter will also be fallen, which is the third lord, and Mars will be in the third house. So Mars in the third house is house of neighbors, house of border. So it is prone for aggression, and then Mars will go in the fourth house, come back in the third house. So that period from 4th October to 24th December is also highly turbulent, violent, enigmatic for China. So Japan has already talked about it. 9 years back, Japan had tsunami and earthquake. So the eclipse on the 5 degrees moon is not good. So there the other countries which could also suffer are Philippines, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Pakistan. I don't want to talk about Pakistan. It goes without saying that what will be the condition of Pakistan and Imran Khan is near future. So friends, so what this is what I wanted to share, that the future is not good. Future, the coming is going to be a lot of turbulence in this world, and especially the stock market could take a big hit. They may go for a toss. If all this happens, then it has to go for a toss. Gold will cross all boundaries, and till Saturn is retrograde, the oil prices will not come down. The metals, the precious metals can rise. The gold can even cross 1800. It can even, you see, taking a positive stance, it can even touch 1850. So my friends, the stock market is vulnerable. I've already mentioned it can have roller coaster rides, and then finally it can break. So one day the market will go up, the second day the market will go down. The moment you see you get negative news, it will go down. Then the things will, the people will start thinking that the things have eased, again the market will go up. But all this will happen for some time, and till it finally breaks. But we have to see, Rahu is unpredictable till 5th of July. What does it happen? What does happen? Because at a stretch when Rahu is in direct motion, it has the capacity to turn the tables upside down, especially when it is with Mercury. It may be weather, it may be stock markets, it may be travel, it may be communication. So friends, this is a very volatile time, especially till broadly speaking till 12th of July, because Jupiter, this Mercury is retrograde till 12th of July. So till 12th of July, I don't find any respite in any way. But the moment these luminaries leave the sign Gemini, only then we can expect some relief. But the future, again, when Mars falls, we are bound to face all those troubles and the turbulence of Mars. So friends, wishing you best of luck, and let's hope till now, whatever I've predicted, it is spot on. And let's hope But I wish my predictions go wrong, because I want the world to come out of all this turbulence. And I wish God, and let's pray together that we come out of all this agony, and we start living a normal life. So best of luck, friends, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.